All right, Bills fans, let's dive right into everything you need to know heading into this matchup with the Miami Dolphins. This is a team that has been full of ups and downs recently, and it's clear that the 2025 season has not gone according to plan. The Dolphins, led by Mike McDaniel, have struggled to find consistency. He has a record of 30 wins and 30 losses as head coach. In his first two seasons, the team made the playoffs, but last year they ended up with 8 wins and 9 losses. And now, halfway through this year, they sit at 2 wins and 7 losses. While McDaniel is still in his role, the general manager, Chris Grier, has parted ways with the team after their recent Thursday night loss to the Baltimore Ravens. This move shows the organization is looking to hold someone accountable and change the trajectory of the team, but it's clear the Dolphins are facing some serious challenges on both sides of the ball. The quarterback situation is a major factor. Tua Tagovailoa, 27 years old, was the 5th overall pick in the first round in 2020, coming out of Alabama. He is 6'1", weighs 225 pounds, and has started 71 career games, going 40-30 in those starts. So far this season, he has not been performing at the level we've come to expect. He's completing 68% of his passes, but only averaging 198 passing yards per game, well below his usual 270. Tua has thrown 15 touchdowns, but also 11 interceptions, which highlights the inconsistency. Diving deeper into advanced metrics, his expected points added per dropback is -0.07, ranking 25th in the league. He's not aggressive with deep throws, with only 7.7% of his attempts traveling that far, which places him 28th in frequency among quarterbacks. On these deep passes, he's 8 for 21 for 256 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. A significant portion of his passing success comes from yards after the catch, with 55% of his passing yards gained after the receiver has the ball, ranking 5th in the NFL. He targets his first read 65% of the time, which is 23rd in the league, lower than his usual benchmark over 70%. His average time to throw is 2.41 seconds, still the quickest in the league, although slightly slower than last year's 2.21 seconds. His catchable ball rate is 76%, ranking 19th in accuracy, and his turnover-worthy throw rate is 4.8%, the 3rd highest among starting quarterbacks. While he faces pressure on only 30% of his dropbacks, which is the 2nd lowest in the league, when he does feel pressure, 21% of it results in sacks, the 10th highest rate among quarterbacks. The Dolphins run a decent amount of play action at 25% of their plays, ranking 18th, and they also lead the NFL in screen passes with a 17% rate. Expect plenty of short, quick passes and screens as part of their offensive approach. The Dolphins' offensive coordinator, Frank Smith, 44 years old, is in his 4th season, but McDaniel calls the plays. Offensively, Miami is scoring 20 points per game, placing them 26th in the league. They rely heavily on passing, attempting 61% of their plays through the air, the 5th highest rate, while running only 39% of the time, the 28th highest. Their efficiency metrics reflect struggles, ranking 26th in expected points added per play on offense, 23rd in passing, and 25th in rushing. On third downs, they convert 39% of attempts, ranking 17th, and they reach the red zone with a touchdown 58% of the time, also 17th in the NFL. Personnel-wise, there are significant changes. Tyreek Hill is out for the season, leaving Jalen Waddle as the primary wide receiver. Waddle is explosive with speed and route-running ability, making him the focal point of this passing attack. Malik Washington is the slot receiver, providing a capable yet inconsistent playmaker. Nick Westbrook-I is the 3rd wideout, offering size and blocking ability rather than dynamic playmaking. At tight end, Julian E. Hill has struggled with injuries, leaving Tanner Conner and Greg Dulcich to take on more receiving responsibilities. Dulcich has shown flashes when healthy and could see more opportunities against Buffalo. In the backfield, Devin Achane leads the rushing and passing game with his speed and versatility, while rookie Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State complements him with a more physical, downhill running style. Target distribution reflects Akant's central role with 60 targets. Waddle close behind with 59, followed by Washington with 41, Westbrook with 18, Connor with 15, and E. Hill with 13. The offense clearly revolves around these two main threats, Akant and Waddle. The offensive line presents both opportunities and challenges for the Bills' defense. Patrick Paul, a young left tackle drafted in 2024, has been impressive, but left guard Jonas Aviani has struggled with consistency, despite being a high draft pick. Center Aaron Brewer, though small, is explosive and plays a key role in their screen-heavy offense, often pulling to create running lanes. Right guard Cole Strange has faced his own difficulties, and right tackle Larry Borum has stepped in due to injuries. This line creates openings for the Bills to win one-on-one matchups, particularly if they can neutralize Brewer's mobility and create pressure on the struggling guards. For the Bills' defense, the strategy is threefold. First, do not underestimate Miami's commitment to the run. Even though they skew pass-heavy, game script and personnel suggest they will try to establish the run to control the clock and limit Buffalo's possessions. The Bills must account for motion and creative run concepts that can exploit gaps in linebacker reads, a weakness that was exposed in prior matchups. Second, disrupting Tua's rhythm is essential. The quarterback excels when he can deliver the ball quickly to his first reads, but forcing him to work deeper into progressions and move off his spot creates opportunities for mistakes. Finally, the matchup between Maxwell Harrison and Jalen Waddle will be critical. Harrison's speed and coverage skills provide Buffalo with a rare chance to neutralize Waddle's explosive abilities, especially if Christian Benford is unavailable. The defense must focus on these two offensive weapons, Akant and Waddle, and dictate the game around limiting their impact. This sets the stage for a compelling clash, highlighting both the strengths and vulnerabilities of the Dolphins while pointing to specific ways the Bills can gain an edge on defense. Every detail matters in this matchup, from pressure on the offensive line to defensive alignments against the passing and running threats. Fans can expect a game full of tactical battles and adjustments as Buffalo looks to exploit Miami's weaknesses while containing their explosive playmakers. All right, Bills fans, now let's shift our focus to the offensive side of the ball and break down how Buffalo can take advantage of the Dolphins' defense. This is a unit that has its own strengths, but also some glaring weaknesses that the Bills can exploit if they execute properly. The Dolphins' defense has shown vulnerability against balanced attacks, especially when teams can mix power runs with quick passes. Buffalo's offensive line, led by veterans and emerging talent, will have to be disciplined and aggressive to open lanes for the running game while giving the quarterback time to find rhythm in the passing game. The key for Josh Allen, or any quarterback under center, will be to read the coverage quickly, make smart decisions under pressure, and avoid turnovers, as Miami has proven they can capitalize on mistakes. The Dolphins' defensive front is anchored by players who are solid but not dominant across the board. Their edge rushers can create pressure, but without consistent interior push, the pocket remains serviceable for quick passing and rollouts. The Bills can exploit this by utilizing motion, play action, and misdirection. Establishing a strong running game early forces Miami's linebackers to honor the run, opening up intermediate passing routes and giving receivers space to operate. Devin Singletary, or whoever is carrying the ball, will need to be decisive hitting gaps and taking advantage of any missed assignments. The offensive line must communicate effectively to handle stunts and twists, ensuring that Allen has a clean pocket to operate in. The offensive coordinator will likely mix in heavy sets with multiple tight ends or motion to confuse the Dolphins' defense and create mismatches, particularly against linebackers who struggle in coverage. Pass protection is vital, and Buffalo's offensive tackles have a chance to take control against the Dolphins' edge rushers. The left side, anchored by a veteran tackle, has shown the ability to neutralize speed rushers, and the right side must hold firm against an aggressive pass rush. Allen's quick release is one weapon, but when he has time to survey the field, he can punish overcommitting defenders. The Dolphins' defensive backs are opportunistic but susceptible when forced to cover multiple threats on short and intermediate routes. Buffalo can exploit this by attacking mismatches, especially leveraging tight ends and slot receivers in areas where Miami struggles with speed and agility. The passing game will be critical for the Bills, and understanding the distribution of targets is key. Stephon Diggs remains a central threat, capable of stretching the field vertically and horizontally. His ability to create separation and make contested catches places enormous pressure on defensive backs. Gabriel Davis provides the deep threat and secondary receiving options, forcing corners to choose between immediate coverage or risking overcommitment. The running backs also become targets in the passing game, especially on screens and swing routes that can turn short gains into explosive plays. The Dolphins' linebackers and safeties must stay disciplined to prevent these gains, but their aggressive tendencies can be exploited with quick, precise throws. Play action will be a central element of Buffalo's game plan. By establishing the run and then faking handoffs, Allen can manipulate the defensive front, freeze linebackers, and open up passing lanes downfield. Miami's secondary will need to stay disciplined, reading keys and maintaining leverage, but Buffalo's offensive line and skill players are adept at creating subtle movements that force defenders into mistakes. Using motion, tight end shifts, and multiple formations allows the Bills to dictate tempo and force Miami into uncomfortable positions. Timing, spacing, and precision will determine the effectiveness of this strategy, but the potential rewards are significant. The running game cannot be overlooked. While Allen's passing ability often dominates the narrative, the ground attack is equally important. Establishing consistent rushing lanes forces Miami to play honest football, reduces pressure on the quarterback, and opens up play-action opportunities. Devin Singletary and James Cook, or whoever is carrying the ball, must hit gaps decisively and read blocks intelligently. The offensive line must maintain leverage, sustain blocks at the second level, and adjust on the fly to stunts and blitzes. Success in the running game sets the tone for the entire offense, making Buffalo more unpredictable and dangerous. In addition, situational football will play a major role. Third downs, red zone efficiency, and clock management are all areas where Buffalo can gain a decisive edge. Quick passes and precise route execution can move the chains efficiently, while creative formations in the red zone force Miami's defense to defend every inch of the field. Allen's ability to extend plays with mobility adds another layer of complexity, challenging defenders to stay disciplined and maintain assignments under pressure. When executed correctly, this combination of speed, precision, and power can keep Miami off balance and consistently open up opportunities for explosive plays. Special teams and field position are also part of the equation. Controlling where the Dolphins start drives can influence the flow of the game and provide the Bills with short fields to exploit. Punting, kickoff returns, and coverage units must operate flawlessly to complement the offense and maintain momentum. Even small advantages in field position can translate into scoring opportunities when paired with Buffalo's offensive firepower. Ultimately, this matchup comes down to execution, discipline, and making the right reads in key moments. Buffalo has the talent, the schemes, and the versatility to challenge Miami's defense in multiple ways. Whether it is attacking downfield, mixing up runs and screens, or leveraging motion and formations to create mismatches, every detail matters. Timing and decision-making, particularly in high-pressure situations, will separate success from failure. Fans should expect a fast-paced, strategically complex game with plenty of opportunities for the Bills to assert dominance on offense, while keeping the Dolphins guessing and off balance. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. Rumors are swirling around the Buffalo Bills after a tense exchange between quarterback Josh Allen and head coach Andy Reid was caught on camera during Sunday's game, leaving fans and analysts buzzing across social media. While the team managed to pull through with a narrow win, The footage of Allen and Reid in what appeared to be a heated discussion has raised questions about the locker room atmosphere and the state of leadership within the franchise. The moment occurred late in the third quarter, according to multiple onlookers, when Allen appeared to be visibly frustrated following a questionable play call. Cameras showed him pointing toward the sideline, gesturing emphatically, while Reid leaned in, seemingly responding with equal intensity. The two were briefly separated by assistant coaches, but the exchange lasted long enough for commentators to remark on the unusual tension. Sources close to the team, speaking under the condition of anonymity, suggest that this may not be an isolated incident, hinting at ongoing friction over play calling and offensive strategy. Fans were quick to react online, with clips of the confrontation going viral within hours. Some are defending Allen, claiming his passion is part of what makes him a top-tier quarterback, while others are scrutinizing Reid's approach, questioning whether the veteran coach is adapting fast enough to manage one of the league's most dynamic offenses. The buzz has also sparked speculation about possible shifts in the coaching staff or even trade rumors, though insiders caution that such moves would be extreme at this stage of the season. Despite the drama, both Allen and Reid appeared composed after the game. In post-match interviews, Allen praised his teammates and avoided directly addressing the confrontation, while Reid emphasized team unity and the importance of focusing on upcoming matchups. Yet, for fans and analysts, the footage has already ignited a narrative that could shape the Bills season. Questions linger. Was this a momentary clash of competitive spirits or a sign of deeper cracks in the team's chemistry? The speculation isn't likely to die down anytime soon, as every practice and press conference is now being scrutinized for clues. The Bills' locker room may be hiding more than just strategies, and if this incident is any indication, the story is far from over. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.